Good morning. On November 21, 2025, Zacke will hold its inaugural sale of Fine Antiquities and Ancient Art with this beautiful catalog. We have a few spare copies left, so if you want one, we can send it to you. You have to order it via our website. You just email us. So this is about lot number 59 in the catalog, which is here. It's a lapis lazuli figure or amulet actually of Isis, and you can see it here. It's very nice, but the actual size is very small, like this. You can see it here, and the enlargement proves the breathtaking quality of the carving, which is spectacular, especially given that this is lapis lazuli, which is a hard stone. On the Mohs scale, it's around 5 to 5.5 in hardness, in average hardness, so it's not easy to work. And to get such a fine carving out of it is really an art form achievable in the late period in ancient Egypt, which is around 600 to 300 or 664 to 332 BC, very rarely thereafter, and which essentially disappeared completely in the Ptolemaic period. And so this is an exceptionally rare piece. The other thing about it is that the lapis has an incredibly deep and intense blue hue, literally like a sapphire, which was tremendously valuable in ancient times and reserved for the elites of the period, and thus is extremely rare. This has really good provenance. It comes from the collection of Dr. Waldmann Stettler, who passed away in 1989 and then went through numerous family members until the last owner. Waldmann Stettler kept records of his collection. He listed his pieces top down, with the most valuable listed as number one. And you guessed it by now, it's this one here. It's listed as number one in his collection inventory, and we have the original. We have a copy of the original inventory, which is still in the family because there's a lot of pieces still there. It compares really well with other figures. We have one that shows the god Ptah, which is 5 centimeters in the Metropolitan, which I would argue has the same quality level of carving as this one. The stone is a bit more pure and has also a lot of mica, which this one, you see it on the picture, but when you hold the actual figure in the hand, the mica is hard to detect, which is different. And the color in this one is much more deep and intense than on the one in the Metropolitan Museum. And then you have amulets of the goddess Nephthys and Neith, which is in the Historical Museum in Vienna. 2 examples, which I think are a bit smaller, and on one of them the quality of the lapis is not as good as on this one, but there are also good comparables of lapis amulets. This one, of course, is an exceptional piece. We have found one which has 4.8 centimeters, is a bit larger. This one has 4.2. This one, the comparable, has 4.8. So it's pretty much the same thing, and it depicts different depiction. This is Isis, this is Maat, and it's sold for 95,000 euros. We put this one at 3,000 to 6,000, and there's no reserve, so there's a real good chance to make a real steal. Isis was one of Egypt's most beloved and versatile goddesses because it empowers motherhood, magic, protection, of course, and the resurrection from the dead. So you got all in this little figure here. Small statuettes of her proliferated around Egypt for a long time. They were very popular as amulets. It's only because they're so small, most of them are lost, of course, today. And they made their way well into the Greco-Roman world, used in domestic and temple devotion, and of course for amulet protection. So this is quite a well-documented field within Egyptian art, these lapis lazuli amulets of Isis. I hope you can win it, and I wish you good luck in bidding.